This is a screencast demonstration of the FSpell plugin for Far. So let's hit the break key to bring up Far, and I'll show you how to use it. We start by typing FSpell. Get a little introduction here. Of course, you can, from the options, change what keyword triggers it. If you use it a lot, you might want to change it to something short like FS. But now let's just type in a misspelled word like necessary. And this is powered by the Addict spell checker library, which is actually quite good at doing phonetic lookups. So I can type in the way it sounds to me, and you can see it's suggested a couple of suggestions. It's actually found 28, but it's only showing the top 9. We can change that in the options. If I hit enter, I will select this first one, or I could go down and select any of these manually with the arrow keys or with the cursor. I'm just going to hit enter because it's the first one it suggested is the one I was thinking of, so I'm going to hit enter. And you can see what it does by default is actually change the text here to the correctly the selected word, which is the word I was thinking of. You can see now when you type in a word that's correctly spelled, it actually shows it up here, tells you it's correct with a little check mark to help you visually identify it. And when you put in a correctly spelled word, it actually triggers the thesaurus feature. And it's listed here some different possible synonyms. The way it works is there are head words and then there are a bunch of synonyms under the head word. If I hit enter now, it will copy the correctly spelled word to the clipboard. But if I want to use the thesaurus function, I can actually go down and I could select requirement here. When I hit enter, you can see by default it puts the new word in the top here, tells me it's correctly spelled, and now it's triggered additional synonyms under this head word. And you can see, well, maybe I want to change that to imperative. I'm going to double click, and now we can see imperatives up here. If I hit enter, it's going to copy that word to the clipboard. So that's the basic function of the plugin, and let's just take a look now quickly at some of the more advanced uses you can use it for. Let's say we use this a lot to spell check inside other programs. Let's bring up Far, and we can actually go into the options here, into hotkeys, and the control break key normally brings up Far, but you can configure lots of alternative hotkeys in Far to do different things. And here's a good use of it. I'm going to modify the control break hotkey, and when I do that, I'm going to tell it to copy the selected text and put into the search box FSpell the clip text. So basically, if we start typing, for example, let's close Far and we'll type, "This is necessary for it to work." Okay, and then we say, well, we think this is spelled wrong, so I'm going to select it and I'm going to hit control break, and you can see Far has copied the text under the cursor, triggered this alias FSpell with the word. So now I'm going to hit enter because necessary was what I was thinking of. And now we'll go down to requirement. Just like if I just hit enter again after I found necessary, you'll see it would correct the word. Oops, we selected an extra space. Okay, so here it's corrected the word. Let's try it again. I'm going to select it, control break. This time it's a correctly spelled word, but I've got my thesaurus. So I'm going to go down to requirement, and I'm going to select, let's say, I'm going to select essential. So I'm just going to double click. There's essential. Yes, that's what I want, so I'll hit enter, and there we go, it's replaced it. So there you have it. There's the basic use of the FSpell plugin for Far. If you bring up FSpell, you can actually go into the options here and configure some of the advanced options for what happens when you hit enter. You saw in the demonstration that each time I selected something, it reset the search with that word. If you want to skip a step, you can uncheck these. And then you've got options here for changing the way it spell checks. You can put in custom dictionaries for lots of different languages which are on the web, and you can configure your own custom words, etc. So there you have it, the FSpell plugin for Find and Run Robot.